That was loud. Welcome Fotis, and welcome viewers to our August subscription tasting with friends video. Today I have with me Fotis from...
I'm from Greece. I came a couple of years ago from Athens. I moved here in Norway, in Oslo, just because I wanted to see something else. I was always curious how it is outside of Greece. And then I found the chance here in Oslo. An uncle of me was here, so it was really easy for me to move and just start something new.
And your first job was at Starbucks.
Oh, yeah. I started at Starbucks. Actually, my first job when I started actually working with coffee back in 2007 in Athens. It was on Starbucks as well.
Okay.
And when I moved here, it was really easy for me because of my previous job to find a job on Starbucks as well. And it was actually a really good experience. A lot of nice people were working there, and it was really nice.
I know a lot of great baristas that actually started in Starbucks, and one of them you might know is Klaus Thompson.
Oh yeah.
He's a world barista champion 2006, also owner of Coffee Collective. But his first coffee job was at Starbucks as well.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah. So, you know, I have also a lot of respect for that company, and I have read some of the books that some people who have been working there have written, and yeah, they're doing a lot of great work for coffee, I think, in general. I mean, we probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for Starbucks and Pete's and all these kind of pioneers who developed the coffee shop concept.
Yeah, that's actually true, because since I had my first interview on Starbucks, it was like really amazing the way that everybody works there. Like, for example, we had like a week of training. We were tasting coffees, we were tasting all of the foods. We have, it was my first knowledge about what's going on behind coffee, so yeah.
So from frappes and Freddos to Starbucks, and then to Scandinavian light roast.
That's actually like
it's a big difference.
Like a wave.
But now you're roasting for our company.
Yeah, I'm working at Team Vendelbo. I started as a barista on 2017, like since September, last September. I'm just roasting as well. So,
but still also barista. Yeah,
I'm working as a barista as well. Some of the shifts at our shop, and then a couple of shifts on our roastery as well. Yeah.
Great. And you like roasting?
Yeah, it's something totally new. It's something that I wanted to learn since my first day, actually, that I started seeing what coffee is. I wanted to just see all of the steps and the levels, and roasting, it's amazing experience.
Yeah, it is. A little fun fact, there's a lot of Greek roasters working in Oslo.
Yeah, that's so true.
Solberg and Hansen's head roaster is Greek. Black Cat has a Greek roaster. You are a roaster. Who else? I'm sure there will be more. The Greek mafia is taking over.
More people are coming, I'm pretty sure. I already have some CVs, people are just...
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Let's get into the coffees. We could sit here all day and talk about Starbucks and yourself, but we're actually here to taste some coffees.
Yeah, that's great.
And this month's coffees are all from the same farm. We've done this exercise before, but not with the same type of coffees. So they're all from the Caballero family in Honduras, which are very good friends of ours. Marysabel and Moises are famous coffee farmers. They sell coffee all over the world. And we have a very good relationship, I think. I go there every year. I stay in their house. Marysabel is a great cook. She knows that I love food. So we always have great meals. And we always cup through all of their best coffees so I can select whatever we want. So a couple of years ago, we planted a variety together with them. And it's this variety. And it's the SL28 variety that is very, very common in Kenya and gives you a very fruity coffee. But of course, when it's grown in a different farm, different environment, this is grown in Honduras in the south, in Marcala, the flavor is a little bit different from a Kenyan coffee. So should we just get straight into it and taste?
Of course. Okay, I can say that this coffee it's really clean, really easygoing coffee.
Yeah.
If I have to compare it with the Kenyan's SL28 or the Kenyan coffees, it's more balanced.
Yeah. Maybe less acidity.
Less acidity, yeah.
Maybe a little bit more kind of smooth mouthfeel.
Smooth, yeah. Really smooth, and I can see that I don't know if I explain it right, but it's really bright. Yeah. It gives you like really clean and still has a lot of body, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Great description. I would totally agree with you. This is actually the first harvest they have of this variety. Like they had a little bit last year, but just enough to taste on a cupping table. This year we're actually getting a few bags. And we're mainly sending it out to our subscribers. If you subscribe to one bag, you'll get the SL28 variety from the Caballeros. And of course, last month we sent out the SL28 variety as well from Kiavamururu in Kenya. And like we're talking about volume button, in fruit intensity and acidity, the volume button on a Kenya would be close to a 10 out of 10. This would probably be maybe 5-ish.
Yeah. 5, and this coffee actually has a lot of sweetness that probably it's different when we got like the Ethiopian and Kenyan's coffee. They kind of covered from the acidity, but this one brings up a lot of sweetness
is more
outside.
Dominant.
Yeah, exactly.
And Moises and Marysabel, they're paying higher prices to the pickers. The pickers actually go into the farms with 2 bags. One bag is for only the ripe cherries. And the other bag, which is on the back, is for overripes and half-ripes, because it's difficult not to pick those as well.
Okay.
And their processing and drying is just, superb. And also Moises has his own dry mill now, which means we can sort better the bigger beans from the small beans. We sort out defects better and so on. He has control of the whole chain now. So I'm excited to have this as the first crop. We actually provided the seeds for Moises. And we think it is SL28 variety. There might be, it's in El Salvador they say Kenya variety. Okay. That's where we got the seeds from. So, who knows? Nice. Let's move on to the next coffee, which is a coffee you are very familiar with, I hope. We haven't tasted that much, but it's also from Marysabel and Moises, and it's a pacamara variety. Oh, yeah. And we have a good history with this, because last year we competed in the Nordic Roaster competition, and how did that go?
We won for a 4th year in a row.
Yeah. And did you roast the coffee?
No, I was just starting with, I was part of the roasting thing, but of course I haven't touched the lowering yet. Yeah. But,
so you can't take credit?
No, I cannot. But I'm happy to hold the trophy.
But you were cupping this blind, of course, with all the other coffees. And was this your favorite, or?
Yeah, of course, was our favorite coffee. We cupped all of these coffees together. Yeah. And then we just decided. Yeah.
And for me, it at least on that cupping table during the competition, it stood out because it was so sweet. And it was almost like someone had put sugar in the cups, because it was just amazingly sweet. And it has, the classic pacamara fruit flavors. Let's taste it.
Yeah. Oh, this is really sweet.
Yeah. And it has... What kind of fruit is that? I really don't know the name of that fruit flavor, but I've tasted it before. It reminds me a little bit of guanawana in Colombia, which is like a white flesh fruit with big black seeds inside and looks kind of big and green with little spikes. But I call it pacamara flavor. Okay. I don't know how to describe it.
Oh, like, I never taste this, so I have no idea. But
kind of like a mix of different fruits.
It's really really fruity, but still the same or similar with the other one, like not that much acidity, like really balanced.
So to explain that, maybe, for instance, the Ethiopian we sent out last month is more for me like a fruit juice. This would be for me more maybe like a dark chocolate with fruit flavor, if you know what I mean?
Yes.
So you know you can buy this 70% cocoa chocolate bars from bean to bar stores, and of course the cocoa is fermented, so a lot of times you have this kind of fruit flavor that is coming from the cocoa. And for me this is kind of the same. It's like dark chocolate always there, and then you have this kind of additional notes of fruit.
Yeah, that's true.
So of course it's not the same lot as we used last year in the Nordic Rosy competition, but it's just coming from the same trees. It's just a new harvest. So yeah, looking forward to roasting this again.
Yeah.
So for everyone who subscribes to 2 bags, you'll get a bag of pacamara from the Caballeros as well. And then another exciting variety from the Caballeros, the third one, also the first harvest they have. And this is very, very small quantities. But Moises has a lot of buyers, and one of their buyers managed to get a hold of some seeds called Ethiopia. I'm not sure where they came from. There are some research stations in Central America who has Ethiopian varieties, so I'm suspecting it is from there. But it is an Ethiopian variety. We don't really know, which one it is. Moises probably needs to get it tested.
Okay.
But it's also from Marysabel and Moises, Ethiopian variety, first harvest.
So different.
And going back to the pacamara now, it's completely different.
Acidity.
Yeah,
a lot.
definitely.
A lot of, and of course sweetness as well. But
a lot more brightness.
Yeah, a little bit more bright, and I can say on this one the acidity covers a little bit the sweetness, but the sweetness it's still there.
Yeah.
And it's.
For me, it tastes a little bit like lemonade.
Yeah, exactly.
Like lemonade, where you have some brown sugar in it, and this kind of.
Yeah, a combination of lemon and sugar together.
So I'd like you to taste all of them now, like side by side. And you get, at least with the SL28 for me, it has more of that kind of berry notes. Yeah.
So much.
And then the Ethiopian variety, citric, a little bit floral. Like Ethiopian coffee, but not so loud.
Yeah, not so loud. That's so true.
The pacamara now is like, here I am. It's so pungent.
Yeah,
I would say. And I have to say also that there is a subtle herbal flavor always in their coffees. If it's the catuai, the pacamara, it doesn't really matter. It's always a little bit kind of herbal in the aftertaste, and I really enjoy that. But some tasters don't enjoy that as much. But here, for me, the fruits and everything is so much more dominant that you don't really tend to notice. But if you taste it next to an Ethiopian coffee or a Kenyan coffee, you'll definitely get it straight away. It's like a green bell pepper flavor.
And the reason for that, I
think it's just, all of their coffees taste like that. So whether it's the way they dry it very slow and under shade, might have something to do with it. So it takes time for the coffees to kind of lose the freshness flavor, which can be this kind of green flavor. Or it's just the way the coffees taste from that area, maybe. I don't know. I'm not an expert.
How many varieties actually the Caballeros they have? I can see now that they have SL28, and so it's always something new.
This year, we're buying a lot of the catuai. We always have that, which is kind of their traditional variety. It's very chocolatey, kind of Brazilian style coffee. It's chocolatey, milk chocolate with a little bit of nuts and caramel. And then they have the pacamara, they have a lot of geisha, we know. They have the Java, they have SL28, they have the Ethiopian varieties, and they have more coming. So all in all, I think in his kind of research farm, his personal research farm.
Okay.
I think he has close to 50 varieties now. Okay. And every time he visits producers in Central America, he collects seeds and plants, and they exchange seeds and so on. So there will be more. Of course, he's not going to produce all of them, but he takes the best ones and will plant more. So the idea is to have a little bit of different flavors, but he still wants to have the majority of his Catuai because that's his kind of, bread and butter coffee. Yeah. He sells a lot of that to big clients who wants this kind of flavor, including us. It's very sweet and nice coffee.
But of course, the result, it's like amazing.
Yeah.
I love like all of the Caballero's coffees.
Yeah.
Catuai, lately it's been.
I mean, they're one of the best
favorite.
producers,
Yeah.
I think, in Central America. And he's always interested in learning, so that's why I always go there every year. We exchange a lot of knowledge, we do new tests and so on. So Moises and Marysabel, great producers, great coffees, and you have something to look forward to in our August subscription for sure. And if you're not subscribing and you want to taste these kind of coffees, just sign up and you'll get these coffees in your mailbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Fotis, for joining.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Thank you. Hopefully it was good.